I've been thinking lately, have you ever stood up for something, thought you were doing the right thing, speaking up for God or speaking up for an individual or just doing something you thought was right, but then afterwards figured out it was so wrong, that you weren't standing up for justice, that you weren't doing what was right, or you weren't doing what God would desire? There's a story in the Bible. It's found in John chapter 18. And it's about Jesus getting arrested. And it's interesting to me what happens. So something that happens is after Jesus gets arrested and, the guards are there and they're about to arrest him, read this very interesting thing that takes place. And it takes place in verse 10. So I just want to read it to you guys. And I'll read a couple verses in. And then, I just want to point out some things, because I feel like this would have been a moment where a disciple thought they were doing the right thing for God. They were standing up, only to realize it wasn't the right thing at all. So let's read what happens. And this is what we read in John 18, verse 10. Then Simon Peter, having a sword, drew it and struck the high priest's servant and cut off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. So Jesus said to Peter, "Put your sword into its sheath. Shall I not drink the cup that the Father has given me?" So the band of soldiers and their captains and the officers of the Jews arrested Jesus and bound him. And I want to stop there because I find that story really interesting. At a pivotal moment, Jesus is about to be arrested and taken to the cross. We hear of a disciple getting it wrong, believing they're standing up for God only to get it wrong. And if you know the rest of what happens after that, when Peter follows and denies Jesus 3 times, Peter doesn't make it any better for himself. He seems to get it wrong over and over and over again. And I feel sometimes we do that. We think we're standing up for something that's right or justice or godly, but the way we're doing it, or even sometimes the things we're standing up for, aren't right or godly at all. But I love how Christ comes in. I love how in this moment of Peter getting it wrong, you don't have, Jesus cast some lightning bolts or, Thor punch him to the sky or something for cutting off someone's ear. He just simply tells him, put it away. Will I not do what the Father's commanded of me? Will I not drink the cup before me? Saying look, this isn't what I'm about. You've been following. What are you doing? This isn't it. Put up your sword. And then he heals the man's ear. And I hope we can remember in the moments that we get it wrong, in the moments we believe we're standing up for something or doing something that's so right, only to realize it was wrong. I pray that we always remember the grace that's waiting for us in Christ. How Christ will respond with grace and gentleness towards us. That we don't need to define ourselves by the times that we get it wrong. There's more to the story. Christ knows that and he sees that. And I hope and pray we can see that in ourselves in those moments. May God's grace and peace be with you.